It's been a season of change in Colorado Springs in 2021. New coach, new identity, new ambition, and now a chance for the new Widener Field to grasp the national spotlight. The Switchbacks have been scoring for fun, led by Golden Boot frontrunner Haji Berry with 12 goals on the season.
That man is scoring again. It's Haji Berry.
Today they welcome in a San Antonio FC side trying to regain its form from a season ago where they were one of the top teams in the West. There's been some fire in this matchup already, and the next installation of Switchbacks and San Antonio is next. The USL on ESPN brings us to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The new Widener Field as Switchbacks FC hosts Mountain Division rival San Antonio FC. Here is a look at the standings. El Paso and RGV locked on 21 points at the top, but Colorado Springs coming in that last playoff spot in 4th spot, while San Antonio comes in 6th spot. We welcome you in. I'm Josh Eastern. Glad to be joined by Devin Kurt. Now, these two teams going in opposite directions at the moment. What gives today?
The rebrand for Colorado Springs started in the fall of 2019. Let's talk about the last 4 months, though. New coach, new players, but to establish that new identity, they needed to have a base. That base is offense, simple as that. 3 guys in goals in the top 30, 3 in assists in the top 25, 4th a conversion rate. San Antonio FC, I still maintain that the best that we've seen in terms of overall team performance throughout the season is from this team. The problem is, Josh, we haven't seen that since May 22nd, a streak that includes 7 winless. They got to get back on track. We're third way through the season.
Well, for Colorado Springs, they are led by the Golden Boot leader in Haji Berry. What a season it's been so far.
He's had quite the journey over the past couple of years. Date back to 2018 where he went 8 games consecutive scoring. That's still the record that stands, by the way. Almost replicated it this year. Since then, struggled in form, struggled in formation, struggled with philosophies. Brendan Burke knew that he had a diamond in the rough. Everybody else did too. But in order to make him successful in the final third, it's not just Haji Berry. Let's go ahead of the curve. For Colorado Springs to be successful, Josh, it's Berry, it's Beckford, it's their attacking midfielder number 10. So as they start to progress through here, watch the goal that they're going to score in this 1-1 draw against San Antonio. They've got numbers, they've got space. The problem they run into is they've got 6 defenders in front of them. Brendan Burke sets them up to succeed by the individual decision-making. As Beckford cuts back inside, he's got a decision. He can go it alone, play into feet, or go into space. He chooses the latter. Berry gives him multiple options, though. Then it's just overall athletic ability. You go 1v1 versus Haji Berry, you lose. It's as simple as that. Not just Berry, it's 3, 4s, and 5s as they move into the final third.
Well, for San Antonio FC, they have been riddled with injuries, but one man who has been there the whole way is Cam Lindley.
This is the constant. Chances created are statistically what everybody is going to see, and it's going to stand out for them. That's fine, but there's so much more to this young man. He just turns 24 tomorrow. For the birthday boy to be successful, he has to do what we've seen at every other stop. North Carolina, the draftee to Orlando City, even the Olympic team. His ability to lead from the midfield moving forward is what they need. 6 injuries last time they stepped into a starting lineup. They've gotten 4 of those guys back, including PC in the midfield alongside Cam Lindley. Schuberg and Kamiri on the back line are going to be very active the way that this Colorado Springs team attacks. Cuello, what can he do in the 10 spot to help free up the attackers going forward? There is so much rotation within San Antonio, almost to a fault at certain points in time. And when they match up against Colorado Springs, they're going to sit in the 4-2-3-1 as well. That is a change for San Antonio, by the way. We'll get more into that in the game. The 4-2-3-1 for Brendan Burke, seen it, heard it. There are 2 changes. Torres steps in at the number 10 in front of Mayaka and Makangila. Jordan Burt into the outside back spot. This is the focal point for Colorado Springs today. What do Mahoney and Burt do in transitional moments? Because there's speed for San Antonio as well. I mentioned the transition. If they line up or the left or the right, can they track all of their markers but still be effective transitioning forward in the attack? It's very important, Josh.
Well, we'll see what gives today. It's been winless in the last 7 for San Antonio, while Colorado Springs a chance to vault up the Mountain Division standings. We're kicking it next from Widener Field.
And now, to honor America, please stand for the singing of the national anthem, sponsored by Mount Carmel Veterans Service Center. Feel free to sing along as the national anthem is performed by Bill Baxter. Oh, sing and you sing, our lost early life was so proudly written at the twilight's last gleaming. Oh, what nights and bright nights through their lost time. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red flag of bursting year came through the night, and our flag was given.
Back here at Widener Field in Colorado Springs, building up to first kick, and one lineup change, a last-minute lineup change we need to tell you about. Chris Lemma comes in. He was listed on the bench. Matthew Duplon comes out. So how does that affect the San Antonio FC side?
It's just going to be a simple shift on the back line. Lemma will go to left back. Sam Glida will come to right back. Still want to see how they attack off this back line. You know, they're so good at moving into 3s and 4s, but still searching right now. Alan Marcina has had a slew of injuries right now, but can they score goals in droves just like Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC? One thing to think about moving forward, Josh. Colorado Springs, every single game that they've won, they've scored at least 3 goals. So when this team scores and scores heavily, they win. They don't struggle at all. They don't get one nothing nail biters. It's as simple as that. And for San Antonio, again, sometimes you can simplify your ways a little bit. Too much rotation can be a cause for concern with this team, especially with all the injuries they've had. Just get back to basics here.
And it's interesting you say that because Colorado Springs has only ever beaten San Antonio FC by the score of 1-0. That is on 3 different occasions. And we are just about set to go for first kick. Referee today, Mark Allerton, his 9th USL Championship appointment this year. We are underway from Widener Field in Colorado Springs. Switchbacks in black, San Antonio in all white. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen San Antonio FC take to the field in league play. They have played a couple of friendlies against Liga MX opposition, a 4-2 loss against Querétaro, and then a 4-2 loss against Pumas, where they did concede 3 goals in the last 14 minutes. Their last time in the league was a 1-0 defeat against Austin Bold. On the other side for Colorado Springs, last time out a 3-1 defeat at New Mexico. And Brendan Burke just saying it was a tough one to swallow on that night. 2 late goals they conceded. They went down to 10 men, so they will be without Sebastian Anderson, one of their outside backs, which means Jordan Burt slots into one of those outside back positions. So a bit of a change positionally for Burt today.
That's an easy move for Brendan Burke to make, though. Jordan Burt is a seasoned veteran who's been around for quite some time, dating all the way back to 2015 for this organization. And whether it was Alan Koch, Steve Tritchu, of course, Waldy Harris as the interim, everybody understands the versatility that Jordan Burt brings to this entire team. The magical mustache has become known and loved over the past couple of seasons.
Oh, push in the back, quick free kick taken here by Colorado Springs. And here is Burt at that right back position. Beautiful day here in Colorado Springs. Temperatures right around 80 degrees. Beautiful sunny skies.
Oh, and a good first touch to head this into space. Nathan might be in on goal. Nathan into side netting. Sean Melvin cutting off the angle and out for a goal kick.
Got to be oh so careful on the back line if you're Michael Edwards and Jimmy Ockford. The little step up by Edwards, leave Ockford isolated. Nathan recognized it. Spring in behind. It's not exactly a foot race. Nathan's quick, but by no means is he an out-and-out sprinter. Just read the timing on it perfectly. Great job, by the way, of the goalkeeper, Sean Melvin, to slide over there and cut off the angle.
Well, Nathan, the Brazilian, on loan from Coritiba in Brazil. He's actually in good goal-scoring form. Scored in both those friendlies last week, but does not have a goal in league play, the 22-year-old. And another fortunate deflection, but this time Burt tracking across will put this out of play. Some nervy moments here at the back from Colorado Springs.
White ball, hard seltzer, let's white ball.
Throwing on the far side, Epps. This will go out, but a throw-in going the way of the Switchbacks.
Cry about it, San Antonio. Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, the third time these two teams are playing this year. They played on opening day back on May 1st, and it was a hat trick for Santiago Patino, who misses today due to injury. And then last time they were here was a 1-1 draw where Patino did get a red card on that day. So he's played a big part in the previous two matches, will not play a part today. That's why you see Nathan leading the line for the black and red.
The way the system sets up for San Antonio FC. A lot of movement by Marcus Epps and Jose Gallegos. Their ability to invert, some of the best in the league, especially in combination play with buildup of aforementioned Cam Lindley. Coyo in the 10 said that he would probably be the ace in the hole if they can find it. That's the key question mark here. Not overly concerned about this team being able to put the ball in the back of the net. They create a lot of opportunities. The question is where are they going to come from, Josh? Simple as that today. So much speed on the front end for Colorado Springs that when they get pinned back, this can't be isolated one-offs up over the top because you're not going to win that battle. Edwards and Ockford are too positionally predictable on the back line. They're going to sit. They will not step too high. How much do Jordan Burt and Matt Mahoney really go after this is probably another good look. I mentioned that they were really the catalyst for success at the outside back spot. A lot of movement there for Brendan Burke recently. You lose Sebastian Anderson. Matt Mahoney had slid over to the other side. Both these teams really struggling with injuries over the past couple of weeks.
Here comes San Antonio into the attack again. Here's Lema. Gallegos. Still cutting in field and taking off the ball. Mayaka, the third overall pick in this year's MLS Super Draft. There's a chance he could have gone first overall, fell to 3. And the Rapids then loaning him out here to the Switchbacks.
No problem for Clemson turning out products. Robbie Rogers last year, Kamarni Smith.
They are getting it done. Comes centrally again. Mayaka coming from behind. Referee says play on. And here's Haji Berry. What a season it's been for him, featuring him in the pregame. And now this is sprayed out wide to Shane Beckford. Gets by Lema. Beckford, early ball across. Nobody making the run. This will skid out of play.
This is one of the reasons that Colorado Springs is so successful in the final third. Josh, watch Michi Galina step into the space previously occupied by Haji Berry. As Berry comes down into the pocket and the ball gets sprayed outside, you lose your 9. Galina recognizes that. Now they can't connect on the tail end of this, but this is what I talked about in the relationship at the Open with Deshane Beckford. He starts to go, and then everybody else recognizes it. Jose Torres started to move to the outside. Another eerie moment on the back line.
And here they go again. Nathan in on goal. Nathan scores! What a start for San Antonio! He had a chance in the opening minutes, and now he buries this one. 1-0 to the roadside.
This is just bad. It's as simple as that. It's really poor from the back line of Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. That's the conversation by Sean Melvin right now as he starts to play out of the back. Makangila has to be better. Gets the pocket picked, and then you can't lose your runner here if you're Jimmy Ockford. The argument from the center back is going to be that you had possession. It does not matter. There's too much space there. Building out of the back. Goalkeeper left out to dry. There's your opening goal you're looking for.
Well, missing their main goal scorer, but the Brazilian picks things up right where he left off last week in those two friendlies, scoring against Liga MX opposition in Querétaro and Pumas. And Nathan gets his first goal of the season. Great time for it. And Alan Marcina has to love this start for his team, coming on the road to altitude, winless in their last 7.
He'll take it anyway. He doesn't care, right?
Sure.
It's a gift. It's in July. Christmas isn't for a few months, but Nathan will take it any way that they can get it for San Antonio FC. Efficiency is really something that has clouded them a little bit. Chances have always come up, but where were the playmaking abilities going to come from? Didn't recognize the fact that it was going to come from the central midfield of Colorado Springs 10 minutes into a match.
Now playing this out wide. Can the Switchbacks respond? Burt has his cross blocked down. Mayaka on the same page as Burt, out for a throw-in. They always say goals change games. How does this change things for the Switchbacks? Do you go anything too radical here early on?
Of course not. You're 10 minutes into a match. The fact that you just couldn't get your defensive unit to start off quickly here. Of course, you give up a goal, that's frustrating, but at the same point in time, game plan doesn't change at all, Josh. Put the ball on the deck, continue the movement. Think about the fact that 30 to 45 seconds prior, we saw magnificent buildup from the home squad. Barry tucking in, ball sprayed out wide, Bedford goes to work, couldn't find Galena. That's the buildup we isolated in the open.
Comes San Antonio again, Burt there to head away the cross. Then we'll get this out wide for Epps. Quickly won back here by San Antonio. Good early pressure from the away side. Switch of the play. He has lost his footing, and now a chance for Switchbacks to go back the other way. Beckford cut off for the moment. Now he commits the foul.
It's fantastic that PC is back and he's back into the midfield, but this is a luxury you get from the Brazilian, who can play outside marking back. On the quick little turnover here, as Beckford starts to go in transition, look at him drop all the way back. One-on-one, knows exactly where the pressure is coming from, Josh.
Another ball played through the lines. Too close to Sean Melvin, who makes his 9th start on the season. Brennan Burke looking for some consistency in goal. They played a couple of different goalkeepers this year, and Abraham Rodriguez and Andrew Pannenberg. Melvin looking to get a good run of games under his belt.
Just go back for a second to the outside back spot with Chris Lema and what this relationship is going to be with Jose Gallegos on the left-hand side. We saw PC just stepping in a second ago. The good thing about Chris Lema is he understands so many different positions on the field, and to have that type of awareness, Josh, is very difficult to do. A Georgetown product himself, coming through the ranks, Red Bull at youth, started off at Red Bull 2 and had to work his way onto an MLS contract. He did so in 2020, didn't make any appearances. But a guy who can play the 6, play the 8, and in the continued development of him, has now moved onto the exterior of the field. He's done well for himself too. Great moving forward, but as he starts to step, he can have ease knowing that behind him, he's always gonna have that covered. Axel Schuberg will slide over, he'll cover the space, PC can drop in, and Cam Lindley, I talked about his ability to build back to front. Kid's got a motor, flat out. He will step back defensively and help out as well.
Another foul. This will go the way of San Antonio FC for a free kick.
It's a question. I'm not yelling or anything. How's that any different than what
This fourth is just like any rest. This is bad.
Brendan Burke in conversation with the fourth official. It'll be a free kick, though, for San Antonio.
It's a polite way to put it. In quotations, in conversation.
Yeah. I mean, is that not what it is?
You got to start off nice and start off early. As we always say, Josh, referees are people too.
They sure are.
Right in the middle of our back.
Lindley and Cuello stand around this. It'll be Lindley. Good depth on it, too much. And well out of play.
It's a sunny day, fans. Please be
Like I like my coffee.
Sunscreen is able to purchase at any of Switchbacks merchandise locations.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. And here goes Haji Berry. Good sliding challenge to break that up, but Switchbacks stay on it. Lemma was sliding in there for San Antonio. And now they look to go quickly back the other way. Flag staying down. Melvin heads this away. Look how open this game is here in the opening 13 minutes.
This is the positional awareness that I was just talking about from Chris Lemma. And no, it's not the fact that he has coverage behind him or willing to attack. Look at him, full extension here against Haji Berry. Some kind of work rate from the outside back to come all the way back across. Lay his body out on the line. Haji Berry had glory in his sights if not for Chris Lemma.
Looking for goal number 13 on the season is Haji Berry. Good pressure again, Galina. And here goes Nishi Galina. Galina cuts back, Galina saved, Haji Berry's there, and of course he scores! Goal number 13, there he goes again.
What a build, once again, for Colorado Springs. Look at all the numbers coming forward. Quick little amount of pressure from Galina, and they're off to the races. We just saw this from Haji Berry in the middle of the field. Decision-making lacking a bit. You can go the first time around to Haji Berry. You had the back post run of Deshane Beckert. Doesn't matter. The numbers of black jerseys in front of the goal. A massive cause for concern in San Antonio FC. It's not always going to be the prettiest. Not always going to be a highlight reel. Still the same result.
And here comes San Antonio. No time to breathe, but it's out for a goal kick. So Haji Berry, goal number 13 on the season. He did just win Player of the Month in June, scored in all 5 games. Scoring streak reached 7 games, 7 goals, 3 assists in total in the month of June. And he's getting it going here in July as well. Big collision, but this will go back to Switchbacks FC.
This is how it got out of control last time. Come on, they don't need to run through every player. Sit down.
Player down on the turf here for San Antonio.
Sit down.
That's Nathan. Just getting back to his feet. The goal scored today.
It's just a collision in the middle of the field as they try to go direct up over the top to Nathan, your goal scorer, back in the 7th minute. Had an idea this would be wide open, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Already fitting the bill 16 minutes in. It was funny because you and I were sitting here coming into the match, and I said that, you know, there were a couple areas that would be extremely important. I've already addressed some of them, but I did say to you that the outside backs for both teams, right? That was going to be the most influential, either positive or negative. We've seen quality tackles out of Chris Lemma and Jordan Burt. But all the space on the outside for these two teams to work with, combined with the execution by their attackers in the final third, is how we've gotten to 1-1 inside 20 minutes.
This guy is getting in your face.
Go, guys! Cross, go!
A Colorado Springs came into this game tied for third in terms of goals scored with 21. Now into third alone with 22, 4 behind Louisville and Phoenix. The top attacks in the league on display. Galina. It's cleared away as far as Makangila. Torres clips this forward. Another chance to turn the corner. Cutting back along the end line, put back into the middle and cleared away. That front three really getting it done and causing trouble for that back four.
This ball isn't out. Everybody's listening to the crowd behind the goal for San Antonio FC. Absolutely not. Beautiful dance on the touchline for Colorado Springs. I told you, just give them space, 1v1. I'll take that bet all day long, Josh. That's what Brendan Burke wants. Give them the ability to succeed with space and the athleticness that steps up for all of these players in transition.
Advantage being played as Burke continued on. Now it's Torres controlling things here. Trying to play this forward. Galina takes the shot, it's blocked down. Maybe a chance for San Antonio now to counter. 2-on-2, look at all these numbers. 2 white jerseys on the far side. They keep it moving for Epps. Gallegos. Epps will slow things down for the moment. Plenty of black jerseys got back to defend. This shot is out of play. It did take a deflection, it's out for a corner.
One of the main things you want to watch for San Antonio FC, Josh, is when they start to move forward and it does break down, and it will, where's the next wave coming from? Because we can see it from Gallegos, Cuello, Marcus Epps, Nathan. But if it's 1 or 2 or all 4 of them going and they have to step on the ball and bring it back, they're going to need help. Can PC and Cam Lindley then make the effort defensively, turn around and go 40, 50 yards the other direction in transition? Because there's a lot of space there in the midfield. Colorado Springs so good tracking back as well defensively, even though they move forward that quick.
Cuello plays it in short, the game's first corner. Another angle on it, Melvin diving out to punch this away. Lemma serves this back in. San Antonio does well here to keep possession for the moment. Now Glito will play this into space down the right. Epps off his chest. And Switchbacks will be able to clear this away. And now Galina. Here goes Colorado Springs off to the races again. Still Galina. Beckford rather, and it's now put out. Another corner kick coming, this time the other way. It looks like Galina and Beckford have switched flanks from the opening few minutes.
It'll happen all game long, the way that they go here. Michi Galina and Shane Beckford. They don't care what side they're on. Beckford will challenge you. He loves to cut in, though, as he moves to the left. Tiptoeing on the line just a second ago. Galina, of course, the first ball played in that could not connect with Deshane Beckford. And then, of course, Beckford on the build-up. So much relying on this front three. There is more to him, though.
Here comes the corner towards the penalty spot. Big Axel Schuberg there in defense for San Antonio. And now they look to get out in transition again, and here they go. Mayaka, the only man back. Can they get the lead right back? No, it's blocked down. Melvin now battling for it. He's out of his goal, trying to chip this in, and Makangila clears it off the line. And now a chance for Melvin to scramble back into net.
Good job, Maka.
Here's Epps. PC. Gallegos. Thumped out of play. Hope you're ready for this start, huh?
Brendan Burke's already lining up sprints after the game, I can tell you that much. With the way that his back line is so lethargic to track back from set piece opportunities. Other end, not enough coverage whatsoever, and careless again at the back with the turnover, all the space. You should be watching Colorado Springs right now with the way that they like to attack, but look at San Antonio and Nathan. He's actually trying to pick out the back post run. Great job tracking all the way back by Philip Mayaka. Their holding midfielder gets enough of a challenge in, and then the pressure by Sean Melvin. It should not come to this. It's as simple as that. You can't rely on Mayaka and your goalkeeper, Sean Melvin, almost 18 yards off his end line to keep this ball out of the back of the net.
I don't know if Brendan Burke will say it's exactly this, but he did talk about his side being one of the younger teams in the USL Championship and saying we need to get rid of those young mistakes. He says as the season will build, he can see his team starting to get rid of those mistakes as well. And he has experience, of course, with a young crop of players in his time with Bethlehem Steel and Philadelphia Union too. Switch the play now for Gallegos, who cuts in field. Gallegos blocked down, appeal for handball, penalty. Edwards got in the way. The referee spotted it, a yellow card issued, and San Antonio a chance to take the lead right back.
You can make that type of argument for someone like Michael Edwards at just 20 years of age, but not from Matt Mahoney, not from Jimmy Ockford, and certainly not from Jordan Burt. Doesn't matter on this movement here coming forward for San Antonio. Great cut from the inside by Gallegos, and watch Chris Lemma, who keeps them honest at outside back. The overlapping run, all the space on the outside. They don't follow the coverage. Cutting back in, Edwards, 100%. Left arm extended away from the body, inside the box. No argument from Michael Edwards, whose homegrown rights were acquired from DC United, brought him all the way over from VfL Wolfsburg. Needed to get him more experience as most of it came from the two team. Not the greatest start here for the back line of Colorado Springs.
It'll be PC who scores the first penalty kick goal on the season for San Antonio. They reclaim the lead on the road.
You can smarten up all you want, but you're not going to save a penalty like this from PC. It's just too good. This is stuff that you sit on the training ground and try and replicate over and over and over again. In-step, head down power, top bins the entire way. One more look at it. 12 yards out all day long off the strike from Gallegos. Penalty from Edwards, and magical PK from PC.
And he scores his first goal on the season as well. 25 minutes gone. This game has been back and forth. San Antonio scoring the opener. Switchbacks responding. And now the red and black back on top. You know Colorado Springs will continue to try to fight back. Schubert commits the foul. Free kick now, Switchbacks.
Good news for San Antonio FC with Schubert stepping back in, the 6'7" frame on the back line. Very difficult target to work through. The problem is, if you have guys like Alina and Barry, though just under 6 foot, that could absolutely jump through the gym if need be. And off the wondrous foot of Jose Torres. Haven't seen a lot in build-up so far. Dead ball situations, though, can be lethal.
Here is Torres. The former U.S. men's national teamer. The referee will pause things for a moment. Quick conversation. Now here's Torres curling this in. Cardoni makes the catch. Such experience in net for San Antonio FC in Matt Cardoni. He's been 2015. He's been with this San Antonio club since 2016 and in its inception. Also played in 2015 the San Antonio Scorpions. He makes his 12th start on the season.
Josh, right about now, I'd be trying to sing some sort of lullaby about the tactical breakdown and where things are being exploited. It's really difficult to do so when guys are just simply making really poor mistakes. It's one thing, players shifting and playing through other directions. It's a totally opposite direction when chances are just being gifted by the opposition. Lady Luck poking out for PC, form of a penalty, 24th minute. Second goal for San Antonio off the strike by Gallegos into Michael Edwards' hand. Think about the deflection in front of goal on the other end with Beckford, Galena, Haji Berry, everybody in on the action. Haji Berry able to tuck that home. The giveaway off the back line for Nathan all the way back in the 7th minute. We're 28 minutes into this match, and yet we've had all of that action so far.
It has been a thrilling start to this game. Glad you can be joining us here at the USL on ESPN.
Are you guys going to call a card here?
Beautiful new Widener field. Another foul there in the midfield. Cuello getting tangled up. The first year of this new 8,000-seat downtown stadium. Construction starting at the end of 2019. It's the highest elevation of a primary home field for a pro team in the American soccer pyramid. Edwards able to win that back.
Just watch a little tweak in midfield though with Mayaka and Makangila. It's no surprise, but how much are they going to allow Philip Mayaka to be on the ball? Kim Lindley and PC recognizing how good he is with the ball at his feet. That's where he made his bread and butter under Mike Noonan at Clemson. Second team All-American. He was your freshman year back in 2019. And the way that he's able to so calmly step in just like that, pick it up and go the other direction, unfounded.
Mayaka gets this out wide. Chance coming! And just a bit too tall. Great chance for Deshane Beckford.
Just watch him on the little step. Again, I was leading into Philip Mayaka. This is why. It's a tiny little window. But he doesn't overcommit, Josh. He won't put himself in a situation where if he misses that tackle, the team is hung out to dry. Both center backs covered on the backside. Plenty of space in front of him if he does win. It's a calculated effort that Mayaka opens up on a beautiful step on the interior, springs this attack going forward, provides them another option 20 yards from net.
Making his 4th start on the season, Philip Mayaka. And Brendan Burke said coming into this game, if they're going to play, they're going to earn it. He doesn't care about where he was drafted, if he's on loan. They have got to earn their playing time, and good play there. And here's another one. Galena in behind. Barry's in the middle. Galena for Barry, and he puts this over the bar. Good little two-man game down this right side for the Switchbacks. Doesn't quite come off on this attempt.
The substitution of Jordan Burt in because Anderson is out from his red card is exactly what you wanted to see here as the ball comes in transition. Watch the little hop up right there. Great ball down into the corner by Jordan Burt. Michi Galena cuts it back across, but the artificial surface jumps out there, Josh. That's one on grass, probably get a better roll. Doesn't come up as high. Haji Berry knows it. He's got good form, but when you lean back like that on a surface like this, that's the finished product.
Bit too far for Chris Lemma. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. If you haven't checked it out, I do recommend Ryan Madden's interview with Colin Martin. It's on YouTube, and I'm sure you can find it there at that link. This will be another free kick going the way of San Antonio FC.
Don't do shit about it. Good job. Solid referee. School the blind. Psych is garbage. School the blind when you're proud.
Lindley, along with Cuello, will stand over this set piece opportunity. San Antonio add on to its advantage.
I'm happy to have Cam Lindley stand over the ball any day of the week, the way that he can whip in service. A magician from dead ball situations, left foot as well.
Play this in short and quick. Now get it back for Lindley. And he'll send it in. Diving header, this one cleared away. And a foul will give it back to Colorado Springs.
I'm just about to say left foot as well for Cuello, and instead they go short. Was one of the funny ones that you use as a decoy. Schubert coming way off the back line, 6'7" as mentioned before, and then electing to go short.
Can't stop you, Nation. They can't stop you, Nation. Let's go. You got it.
Torres sprays it out to that left side. Switchbacks look into the attack again. Here's Cuello. Going to find Nathan. Goes back to Colorado Springs. Ayaka keeps going. Now it's Haji Berry slipping this in. Galena saved by Cardoni and then put out of play. Galena picked up the rebound, but he could not provide the finish.
We love to talk about Haji Berry and how good he is in front of goal, but don't forget back to frame as well. Multiple times dropping down into the pocket. Beautiful vision here. That's the combination play and relationship you get with Beckford, Berry, and Galena up front. Galena occupying the space in behind once again. Coming in, Josh. I said 3 guys from Colorado Springs in the top 25 in assists. Haji Berry's one of them. What a ball played in behind. Too flat once again.
Every time you're touched.
A lot of struggle from Schubert and Yasser Kamiri. As the step goes, there's got to be better communication from the 2 center backs into Cam Lindley or PC, who's ever going with him. If the space is unoccupied and 1 center back goes, you've got to pinch your 2 outside backs and a little bit more, close that space off, because as you see, there's way too much speed on display from the boys like Beckford and Galena moving forward.
Here's Torres. Trying to play that in behind. Getting too far behind Haji Berry. Here comes San Antonio FC right back into the attack. Epps. Still Epps fires this across. Looks like it did stay in play at the end line, but now it goes out for a throw-in.
Watch him. Watch him. Watch number 4. Ford. Grabbing him. Jesus, man. What?
Coming through the middle. Heavy challenge. It looks like another yellow card will be issued. He's going to PC. Second yellow card issued today by Mark Allerton. The other 2, Michael Edwards for Colorado Springs. The story this year for San Antonio, especially as of late, is just how injured they have been. Starting to get some players back, especially here today. But Alan Marcina telling us his team just hasn't executed consistently enough to win. He thinks the performances have been well. Now he's hoping the performances turn into results. And so far so good, I guess, today, picking up on a few mistakes.
Long way to go.
Yes.
Think about it this way, especially the way this match has gone. Long way to go for both of these squads. Just a lot of unnecessary mistakes, to be honest, Josh.
Here's Torres. Here comes the cross, blocked down. Not quite cleared away yet. And now there it goes. Nakangila, Haji Berry. Mahoney on the turn, gets this out wide. Torres, deflected cross, corner kick.
Make sure you try to find Alex.
Another corner kick coming here for the Switchbacks. Torres to provide the service. Falls to the penalty spot, pushed over the bar by Cardoni. Makangila was waiting all alone.
The numbers don't always add up here. Matt Cardoni, only 13 goals given up in 11 games, but just the one shutout to show for it. Do not let that cloud your judgment on how good of a goalkeeper this man is. Has served this club for so well and so long for moments such as this.
Now another corner kick, this time on the other side. Looked in towards the near post, looking for that flick. It is out for a goal kick. The USL on ESPN stays in the Mountain Division with a midweek contest Wednesday, July 21st on ESPN2. Playoff positioning heats up in the Lone Star State when New Mexico United travels to San Antonio FC. Catch it live, 9:30 Eastern, Wednesday, July 21st on ESPN2. As PC gets back to his feet. A couple of chances here in the national spotlight for San Antonio, and this Colorado Springs side just went to New Mexico losing 3-1, a couple of late goals, but like a lot to be desired for Troy Lessane's side still.
Strange game just like this one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's rhythm, never gonna get you like this. It's been up and down, side to side, back and forth. A lot of careless mistakes, which we've talked about, and for a New Mexico United team, Josh, and we talked about identity for Colorado Springs coming in. What's theirs? Still don't necessarily know if they know what it is. The good news is 2 games on the bounce, quality wins back-to-back, but that has to continue forth, right? As I mentioned, you can't lose to Loudoun and then turn around and expect people to say, okay, this team is legit. That's not a knock on Loudoun. I'm just talking about in terms of results.
Yep.
That team can play, we know that.
Gallegos keeps this moving. Melvin off his line. And it's another penalty. And it looks like Mayaka ran right into the referee. A yellow card issued. Melvin thought he got that one right now. He's in the face of the referee. A lot to sort out here.
Mayaka bouncing into the referee is a problem here for sure. For Sean Melvin, he gets a touch on this ball. So does the attacker, but watch it when it slows down. Watch the right hand of Sean Melvin, right there. He redirects this ball. Where does the contact occur? Touch? That's the question. It's really close. Where does the contact occur in reference to when Melvin actually touches the ball? It doesn't matter if he gets a touch if the contact is initiated ahead of time.
You're the one doing the fucking for
And that's really hard to tell, Josh. It's so close.
It's almost simultaneous as the contact occurs and he touches it away.
And think about it like this. We have the luxury of replay.
Yeah.
You and I are sitting here watching it going, not necessarily sure what happened. You can see the first touch. I understand that. But Melvin 100% redirects this, and the contact on the player on the run through by Gleadle. I would have to say that the goalkeeper gets the first touch, right?
I would agree. It's such a tough position because both players coming at full speed like that.
That's what Melvin's thinking right now. He goes, I got the ball. That's a fair play for the goalkeeper to come out there with the contact and the touch on the ball. the referee also recognized the fact that his viewpoint is behind the play. What he's seeing is not what we just saw on camera right there. I'm not saying that makes it right, but that's not an easy play for them to pick up. And then more importantly, what's the health now of Gleadle coming through? Because whether you agree with the challenge or not, he takes a heavy spill on his shoulder here.
Remember, Matthew Duplon was a late scratch. Chris Lemma had to come in. So for San Antonio, they're very much hoping that Gleadle can continue. And in the meantime, it'll be a new penalty taker. Remember, PC scored earlier. Now it'll be Nathan looking for a brace on the day. He scored the game's opening goal. PC's goal was the first penalty kick goal converted by San Antonio this year. And now Nathan steps to the spot. And Nathan puts it away, goes left again. San Antonio extends its advantage. It's 2 goals on the day for Nathan.
Go back one more time. What a run on the outside by Sam Gleadle. And the space that just opens up down through the middle. Great recognition from the outside back. Steps right into it. Once again, the back 2. Melvin gets a piece, so does Gleadle. Timing is everything, and it's of the essence for Nathan just before halftime. Some kind of penalties from their striker and their midfielder in PC. I said to you coming in, 7 games winless for San Antonio. A couple draws mixed in. But we had not seen a victory from this team since the 2-1 win in the East-West matchup versus Birmingham and San Antonio back on May 22nd. What's the common denominator there, Josh? Goals. They've only been able to put 1 in the back of the net and only done it a few times. They've bagged 3 here in the first half.
What is the response now from Colorado Springs? There's a foul and a free kick given to San Antonio. And might this be another yellow card? It's right in front of the San Antonio bench. It's Cuello who is still down.
There's a little kick out by Jordan Burt. Watch the right leg as he comes back across right there. Nice to meet you. A little welcome for Cuello in the fading minutes of this first half here by Jordan Burt. I'd say the boys up top for both teams been pretty impressive. Cannot say the same for the back lines.
I know you're a defender. It does make it a bit more fun, all these goals flying back and forth.
Well, and as a center back, if you're struggling with a game like this, you're sick to your stomach. You're just trying to get to halftime for either squad, to be fair, right now. Because even though San Antonio is up 3-1, they've had some issues on the back line too. A couple of opportunities for Colorado Springs. You think about the little hop-up off the turf for Haji Berry. The save by Cardoni off Macangila inside the top of the 18.
A lot to digest as we get into 4 minutes of additional stoppage time. I feel like Colorado Springs would love halftime to come around. San Antonio probably good to keep going for a few more minutes. 3 goals. They have really started to pour it on here. Is there something else, though, in this first half? There has been plenty of attacking moments for both sides. This lofted over the top again. Nathan, who now is sitting on a hat trick. Couldn't keep this in play.
Notice once again, though, this ball in behind. Jordan Burt has to keep an eye on Gallegos in front of him. Nathan knows that. And so as he steps, whether it's on the ground, a ball on the diag, Michael Edwards is the one sliding over, and they like that matchup so far. I can't blame them. Jimmy Ockford off pace right now in the first half. Michael Edwards following suit in the same area. And as he goes, that opens up more space. Cuello can step in. Marcus Epps. We just saw the run on the penalty by Sam Gleadle. Everybody from San Antonio starting to pick up how they can break down this back line.
Colorado Springs They may score a lot of goals. They've conceded the same amount up to this point now. And when you score a lot of goals, you don't want to concede that many. 22 goals scored and goals against. That is the 4th most in the USL Championship in this 2021 season. So definitely some things to shore up at the back for Brendan Burke and this switchback side. Melvin will put this back into play. Maybe time for one more chance for Colorado Springs. Another throw in coming. And off the chest of Cuello, and he might spring Nathan into another attack, turning Ockford around. Nathan, now for Epps. Slowing things down, Cuello with some space. Was quickly closed down. Referee says it was clean, and now here go the switchbacks again. Look at all that space in the middle. Burt now will put the brakes on. It's put out of play. Applause there from the San Antonio bench.
Great work back by Jose Gallegos, and that's what they're going to need here as you move into the second half, because as the game goes on, legs get tired, more and more space is going to continue to open up for both of these squads. Could make the argument there was a foul just seconds prior to their end of the field. Dream start for San Antonio, and the fact that they're able to put 3 goals in the back of the net in the opening first half. We know that. Can you now back that up and shore it up defensively in the second 45? Colorado Springs has to be better everywhere. Has to be more efficient in the final third, better decision-making defensively, cleaner and build up if they want to get back into this thing.
Now it was 1-1. San Antonio did score the first goal, and now they have extended their advantage to 3-1. Take a breath, grab a snack, grab a drink. Halftime here from Colorado Springs. Stay tuned for halftime. It's the USL on ESPN. Halftime here in Colorado Springs, San Antonio FC and the Switchbacks going at it on this Saturday afternoon. But let's hit the rewind button for a minute. Let's go back to June. There were plenty of good performances, and we start with the goal of the month, Austin Yearwood, and this was a really nice strike.
Not a goal of the year, though, right?
No, I don't
It's a
think
good
so.
goal. It's Olympics worthy. He's curling. Oh, look at that's a dad joke for you, Josh.
That's in Winter Olympics. We got Summer Olympics coming up.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't get the memo.
Well, coming up soon.
Still a very good goal. I'll give
Very
it to
good
him.
goal.
I'll give it to him.
So he gets that one. The lab goes crazy as they normally do. Matt Van Oekel, save of the month. He had a couple of really good nominees.
This guy doesn't get enough credit. Let's get it out of the way. Not only is he starting goalkeeper for Birmingham Legion 3 seasons running now, he's the goalkeeping coach. He does everything. What a save in the upper corner. Yeah, you smell terrific.
And then, of course, the player of the month. We've been talking about him, Haji Berry. He was on some sort of streak.
Oh, what form in the month of June. 7 goals for Haji Berry. He's bagged 12 overall, 3 assists. You know, not great on the 3 assists. Still your MVP overall, third of the way through the season. Fair
Has to
enough?
be. Has to be.
100%. He's magnificent. Almost replicated the 8-game streak in terms of consecutive goals scored back from 2018. Just one shy. 8 minus 7 is 1, Josh, last time I still checked.
I thought you weren't a math guy, but that's all right. I think you got it right on that one. And coming up this week on Wednesday, you and Mike Watts will see San Antonio FC, but they'll be welcoming in New Mexico United.
I'm excited to see what San Antonio is going to be able to bring based upon how the rest of this game plays out. What does it look like for them? And for New Mexico United, a team that in form, kind of what have you done for me lately? Yeah, that's great that you beat Colorado Springs and Charleston Battery. You lost to Loudoun. You lost to Real Monarchs.
Yeah.
I've heard coaches around this league say that this can be an elite team. I have yet to see it yet. This will be a great opportunity on the road to show it.
Well, we'll see if they can get things going. We're coming back. Second half is on the way from Colorado Springs.
Back here in Colorado Springs, halftime between San Antonio FC and the Switchbacks. And what a first 45 minutes that was. 4 goals in that first half, and I think we might still have a little bit more, Devin. That was crazy.
Crazy, unpredictable, insane, inefficient is probably a word that you would like to discuss as well, Josh. The fact that it doesn't matter all the goals that we got, 3 from San Antonio, 1 from Colorado Springs. What was going on defensively? Neither squad was able to play out of the back. The rotation on the back line, the outside back stepping too far, the center back spreading themselves apart. Up by 2 goals.
Look at all those shots, especially in just 45 minutes. And this could be a pretty crazy second 45 minutes as well.
I loved your comment, the recognition of what was this going to look like as it continued forward. Remember, we already saw 1 change, and it was a medical change, so they still have the ability to make subs, but you lose 1 off the bench. You're at altitude, you're on the road, it's travel. Can San Antonio continue to match this pace and now sitting on a lead?
Well, 45 minutes down. Let's see what we get in the second 45 minutes. It's coming up next. San Antonio 3, Switchbacks 1.
Well, the man of the hour, we thought it might be Haji Berry, but no, it's really Mike Watts. Congratulations to Mike and his now wife, Olivia.
He did it.
He did it.
They did it. It's a team effort,
It
right?
is.
Just like we're seeing right now. Mike Watts, voice of USL, normally my partner, replaced very well today, I might add, Josh Eastern. Great to have you alongside. And Mike Watts, he had something to do today. We all wondered what it was. He snuck out. He went and got married.
Good for him.
Didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
Learn something new every day, right? So we are back here at Widener Field getting set for the second 45 minutes with Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern. What a first 45 minutes it was, and let's see what they can do in this second half. It was 1-0 to San Antonio. Colorado Springs came back to equalize, and then 2 unanswered goals, and now here go the Switchbacks, led by Haji Berry. Berry charging forward, a slight little deflection from behind. It was PC tracking back. There'll be a throw-in quickly now for Switchbacks FC. Mountain Division battle. And San Antonio trying to fight their way up those standings. Colorado Springs trying to hold on to that last playoff spot as of now. An early second half corner kick for the Switchbacks.
Immediately, Cam Lindley in the midfield already asking for the energy level to be raised coming out of the dressing room. Doesn't like how slow it's been for San Antonio just a minute into this second half. I don't blame him. Not the start you're looking for on the road.
Played in short. Galena too heavy on the give back to Torres. So that was a high octane, high pace first 45 minutes. And my biggest thing, especially when a game is being played at altitude like this, is can you keep that up for a full 90 minutes, especially San Antonio getting out in transition like they did. For the switch of play, and look at all the space. Marcus Epps, it's 2-on-1. Epps off the post. Could you believe that? He had an option with Nathan to his right. It would have been a hat trick for Nathan. Epps took it himself. And now, here go the Switchbacks the other way. Couple of step overs by Galena, and then PC steps in. Referee says it's clean. Galena stays down. I guess we're picking up right where we left off, huh? And here goes Epps. Nathan's in the middle. Gallegos there as well. Trying to turn the corner on Burt, and Epps commits the foul, and now you can breathe.
Dear Lord, Cam Lindley on the ball coming out of the back. I mean, this kid can ping it from anywhere on the field, I'm telling you.
Here they come again. Berry, good first touch to turn the corner, a bit too heavy. And out for a goal kick.
Here's the switch. Gallegos to the near side, Epps to the far touchline. What a ball by Cam Lindley. Even better first touch, to be fair, by Epps. A little bit surprised he doesn't go around the goalkeeper. Watch all the pace coming forward, little touch around him. You've got him right where you want him if you're Marcus Epps. Can't fault him though, he does have the angle. Woodwork, man's best friend if you're Sean Melvin.
Well, the first game of the season was a 3-0 win for San Antonio over this Switchback side. That was in San Antonio. It's the only game they've scored more than 2 goals this season. They do it again here against the Switchbacks. It was on that day Santiago Patino did score a hat trick. He's out injured today. His teammates are picking up where he is left off. Here's Cuello. Still Emil Cuello. PC just puts this in the air. An easy catch for Melvin. And here's Barry looking upfield. Trying to slip this outside for Matt Mahoney.
There's the communication factor again, though. Haji Berry just sitting in between the two units. PC, Cam Lindley starting to move forward. Barry just tucks in behind. 7 yards of gray area then for him to work with, and the back line doesn't step with him. We talked about that in the first half, right? If he goes, you've got to have the communication of either A, the passage into the midfield, conversation with Lindley or PC, or a center back goes, and they can slide into 3. This team's good enough to do it. They've played the majority of their season playing in a back 3. It's great that you get the leading goal scorer to step away from goal. The problem is as he goes, he's creating more opportunities for himself and the guys behind him.
5 minutes gone in this second half. Here's Epps, who's already hit the post. Lidl. There he is back on the ball. He drew that penalty at the end of the first half. Good quick ball played in behind. Back heel is intercepted by Makangila. It'll fall to that far post, but it's grabbed by Melvin. Now it's Barry centrally. Miri went to ground. Wins it back for San Antonio.
Love that challenge there. Old school 50-50 between Gallegos and Marcus Epps. Excuse me, Gallegos and Matt Mahoney. Marcus Epps switching to the other side. I want to see how long they continue with that. Obviously, they feel like they've isolated a mismatch on the exterior here for Gallegos and Matt Mahoney so far. San Antonio has guessed correctly.
Galena lets this run through, and that opens space on the right. Beckford making the run. Barry's in there as well. Still Galena. It's a corner kick for Switchbacks FC again.
Kamiri going down now, where he just had that tackle seconds prior. Stepping up into the midfield, well read by the Tunisian. Jasser Kamiri. A little frustration by the home fans, but you can't blame him on this one. There was heavy contact. Penny for a thought for Alan Marcina, and what could be another change possibly. Hoping no. Nick Evans already with the clipboard.
San Antonio already with a short bench today due to the injury to Matthew Duplan before kickoff. Looks like Justin Dillon and Liam Doyle getting set to come on. Still awaiting this corner kick. Looks like now those subs will come on. Doyle and Dillon. Doyle, his first appearance off the bench this season. Will be Kamiri coming off, along with PC. And now here comes the corner kick. Cardoni able to punch this away. Tracked down by Mayaka, who puts this back in, but right at Cardoni. So PC, who did score his first goal on the season, checks out. Sure good for Alan Marcina to get him about 50 minutes today.
Now everybody is going to start to slowly assume a new role here. Josh has Doyle steps in Axel Schubert. It's got to be better for sure, even without the injury to Jasser Kamiri. Justin Dillon will give you that presence up top necessary as this game progresses, and you're sitting on the lead to just help stretch this game, hold up play. Of course, he can bag his own goals. The amount of injuries that they've had, he's still stepped in nicely and tickled the nylon 3 times this season.
Gallegos. Gets to the end line, puts this in, it's blocked down, out for a corner kick. Second corner coming on the day, first of this second half.
Cuello will drop just next to Cam Lindley, then in front. Wouldn't be surprised if this becomes more of a stacked 3 as opposed to the side-by-side that we saw at PC and Cam Lindley opening 45 minutes.
Quick stoppage before Cuello puts this in. Sure, trying to pick out Axel Schuberg in the middle. Whistle comes and a foul before it even reaches the players there in the 18-yard box. Back to the switchbacks it goes. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XMFC, channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night, 7 Eastern Time. You can also hear the action live from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XMFC, channel 157, and the app. Good chat with Brendan Burke this week. I enjoyed the conversation. A lot of good things to say. It's a new venture for Brendan Burke coming west, and this a big collision and a foul. It'll be a free kick and a good spot for San Antonio. Looks like yellow card in hand for Mark Allerton.
We've already discussed the mismatch on this right side that has been for Jose Gallegos in the matchup against Matt Mahoney. He gets in behind, but it's the quick little touch right here. People see this step in by Aka, the late trailing movement by Jimmy Ockford, but it's the little cutback that actually turns this into a foul. Great recognition by Gallegos that the challenge is coming. If he could squeeze it in between, even better. Vision, always something that they've talked about, this young man's development. All the way back with his national championship back in 2018. It was Classic Elite back then for San Antonio. Year after year, gets better and better for Jose Gallegos. Remember, they went short last time. They played quick.
So Ockford gets that yellow card confirmed. Be an outswinger or an in-swinger to test Melvin in goal. Lindley plays this short. Cuello will try to put this in, it's blocked down. Now a chance to counterattack. Not enough mustard on that pass. And Lindley picks it up again, whipping this ball in over everybody's head. And it's out for a goal kick.
That's a great step by Sam Gleadle, though. Well done, because they're off to the races, if not for Sam Gleadle. And the understanding that he's got to apply his trade real quick on the challenge in the middle of the park.
Coming through the middle again, Epps trying to play this in behind, and Melvin got this one just right. Trying to go quick over the top. Cardoni coming well outside of the 18-yard box. Another long ball. This one intercepted by Mahoney. Ockford will clear this away. Still kept in. A chance now coming for San Antonio. Here's the shot right at Melvin in the center of goal. couple of subs now coming on for Colorado Springs. Zach Zandy, he will come on along with Steven Echeverria. Beverly Macangila and Jose Torres will make way.
It's not a bad shift from either one of them. Macangila is going to be known as the player who gave up that touch in the middle of the field. Needed to be better for sure, but should never have been in that situation. Still very efficient, and more importantly, gave the ability of Torres and Mayaka to stretch this game. A lot of times you're not going to see the 8 or the 10 step out statistically for Colorado Springs. That's because of Beckford, Berry, and Galena. They go so quickly in transition, but it all stems from the quick build from the middle. Even the little 5 and 10 yard passes, Josh, to spring this attack, those little touches on the tiny tackles on the inside, and then they're off to the races. That all comes from guys like Macangila, Mayaka, and Torres.
And Zach Zandy, one of those familiar players with Brendan Burke, spending some time with Philadelphia Union 2. And with this man playing chase in Nishi Galena. Here's Berry looking in field. Zandy, his first touch, a shot rolled into the arms of Matt Cardoni as we pass the hour mark.
Zach Zandy going to fancy himself a bit more as they start to move forward, not because he's got the fresh legs inside the half-hour mark. Jose Torres, a bit more of a tactician on the ball. You know, those little 5, 10 yard balls I just talked about, Zach Zandy can actually stretch the game with you. He will follow that front 3. The space in the middle now. Can they combine it all together for Colorado Springs? Because as this thing continues to progress, it doesn't matter the one-offs that you're getting. They need more numbers going forward, Josh. Because everything that we've seen so far in the second half, you see Haji Berry go, and then a trailing secondary run. Remember the first half, there were 4 and 5 guys running at this back line. That's not the case now.
And that whistle back at the other end on Justin Dillon, the first offside call in this game. The amount of long balls and transition we've had might be a bit surprising. This will be a foul. Liam Doyle says, yep, that is on you. Yellow card and a free kick.
Around and round we go with the whistle in the middle disrupting the flow. That's totally fine. A little surprised it is on Liam Doyle. Looks like Chris Lemma was the one who actually initiated the contact here. Little hip check. Doyle comes in at the tail end of it. It's always the second offense, right?
Always.
Trust me. Double jeopardy, wrongfully accused. I've been there, I've done that.
And this in a very good spot here for the Switchbacks. It'll be Zach Zandy, the Villanova product. Zandy will clip this into the back post. It's headed out of play. Another corner kick coming up for Colorado Springs. Here comes the corner, whipped in towards goal. Cardoni punches. Galena on the follow. It'll be a third consecutive set-piece opportunity for Colorado Springs. Whipped in, he'll take a skip in. Galena, all he can do is put this over the bar. Now to play. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. And the work that Brandon Miller and Hugh Roberts have done with the Black Players Alliance cannot go unnoticed as well. 2 Charlotte Independence players. Swan back in a good area. Gallegos slips this in behind. The flag goes up. Another offside call on Justin Dillon.
The conservative decision making that we highlighted by Mayaka when he does take his chances. Just exploited there a little bit, Josh.
Beckford on the switch of play. Heavy first touch. Put out for throwing.
Those are the types of situations, though, as we move forward here, that you're going to have to win and you're going to have to take the chances on. You know, can you win these little battles? Down 2 goals. As mentioned, coming in, the only victories for Colorado Springs this year have come to the tune of at least 3 goals in the back of the net. 5 on the season. 3 goals in the back of the net 3 times, 4 twice, so they can score. Problem is when they start to concede on the other end, they haven't exactly been able to replicate form offensively.
Here comes the free kick. Good shape on this ball. Schuberg heads it out. Another corner kick for Colorado Springs. 6th corner of this second half for the Switchbacks. Here it comes towards the near post. Headed right back. We've got another chance, Zach Zandy. Same result. Ayaka. Too far for Jordan Burt. Well, this is the Colorado Springs side trying to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2016, where they lost in the conference quarterfinals. They're sitting right on that playoff line right now, but as we've seen in this Mountain Division, things can change very quickly. It'll be interesting to see who those 4 teams are. I'm sure San Antonio will have something to say as this season goes on. Started by a result here today would go a long way.
Oh, I still maintain the fact that this is the hardest division in the entire USL Championship, top to bottom anyway.
I agree. Here goes Galena. Jersey may have been pulled, but still off to the races. Zandy in for Barry. Zandy gets it back, plays this in centrally. A couple of white jerseys converge and it's cleared away. Still a chance through Beckford. Beckford, deflected cross. Schuberg there to head it away. Still to Shane Beckford. As far as Mahoney, player going down in the box, play continuing. Echeverria lost out. Loss of footing in there by Galena. And now San Antonio can clear. A lot to digest in that last sequence. Epps taken off the ball by Mahoney. He plays quickly up ahead. Barry, now Beckford. Schuberg just rolls this into the corner. It's out for a throw-in. Whistle blows before the throw-in. A player down in the area for San Antonio. Crowd displeased.
Well, everybody thought from the home crowd that this was a penalty. You're wrong. Watch the recovery by Cuello in the midfield. Great flick, yes, but this is all about the step defensively as Cam Lindley slides out. Cuello's got to cover. Watch him cover this ground right there. Nope, absolutely not. All ball. Great tackle by the midfielder, and there's the pressure by Gleadle on the back shoulder too. They finally cut it down. They're understanding where this space is coming from. Argument from Brennan Burke. He's going to see the tape and understand it's not a penalty.
San Antonio, you guys should be ashamed of yourself. How you play
some kind of challenge from their midfielder. And think about what he's been asked to do today. First half, Nathan running around up top. He was the extension of this midfield, stepping in, creating two at certain points in time, trying to play through the interior. You take off PC, you take off Kamara, you bring Nathan back into the midfield. Justin Dillon goes up to your 9 spot. Cuello drops back even further next to Cam Lindley. And especially the amount of roaming and freedom that Cam Lindley is given and does on the inside, that's difficult for a player, for Cuello, to recognize where his counterpart always is, because they both like to do the same thing. You know, they want to be that offensive explosion, but with the understanding that in Alan Marcina's system, they've still got to step back and help out. Really well done by Cuello on the challenge in the box.
Sub coming on here. It's the Loney from the Seattle Sounders. Shandon Hopiau. 20 minutes to go. And it is Marcus Epps checking out. He did hit the post in the opening minutes of this second half. Here's Zandy. Haji Berry, shot blocked down. Here comes San Antonio. Gallegos cutting in field. He might do this all himself. The finish is not there. Dillon was running through the middle. Can't blame him for wanting to go all the way himself.
It is one of the things that you run into, though, for a 19-year-old who's tired and has a very long stretch ahead of him in terms of this singular run. You've done all the hard work. Just release it. Justin Dillon wide open on the inside. This is game, set, match. If you just pick your head up and make a simple decision instead of trying to go it alone.
I feel like with the amount of goals we had in that first half, legs starting to tire in this second half, along with potentially the altitude catching up, might we have a few more goals in this last segment of the game. San Antonio not done on the attack. Hopiau. Hopiau. Blocked down and into the arms of Sean Melvin.
There's the mismatch again, though, that we talked about at outside back for Matt Mahoney against either Hopiau or Gallegos. Of course, this time around, it is Hopiau. He's an interesting one to introduce into the equation with 20 minutes to go here, Josh. A guy who, you know, a quote-unquote Seattle youth product. He's actually the first professional based out of Hawaii to sign with the Sounders, and he signed with what was then known as Seattle Sounders 2, now Tacoma Defiance.
Played in behind, great chance to pull one back, and there it is for the Switchbacks. It's Zach Zandy, the second half substitute. It's his first goal on the season. It's 3-2, and here we go for the final 17 minutes.
Here's the step. All day long, whether it's Barry, Beckford, or Galena, they tuck in, and then in behind, this long ball up over the top has been wide open. The acquisition of Zach Zandy in the offseason was always one that was going to be a question mark of how he fit into this system. No more questions. Just answers from Zach Zandy returning from injury. Comes on as a substitute, and I said to you, it's going to be a different look than what you get out of Torres. He will join the attack going forward, and he has produced just outside 15 minutes to go for Colorado Springs.
So first goal on the season for the Westchester, Pennsylvania native. Couple of years with Reading United, couple more with Philly too. Spending some time at Villanova as well. He's a Philly boy through and through. Getting it done now out west.
Bigger concern here is Matt Cardoni behind the scenes still down. They are working on him right away, and Carlos Mercado, the walking wounded, 6, as I mentioned, going into that matchup. Last time San Antonio played a competitive match in the USL Championship versus Austin Bold back on July 3rd. 6 guys were out of that match. Mercado was one of them. To now be back included in the 18 in a match like this, approaching the quarter hour, to come off the bench if necessary. Matt Cardoni is always ever present back there. And whether you've had rotation on the back line, injuries, struggles in form, Cardoni has always been the one to provide that sort of comfort. Really hope that he's okay here.
Let's go back and look at this. Oh, friendly fire.
Yep. Schuberg loses his footing, trying to move out of the way, and takes out his goalkeeper Cardoni. Really close because it comes near that knee and then starts to drop towards the ankle as well. See him up and moving though.
Carlos Mercado is on the bench if Cardoni cannot continue. Be his pro debut. Looks like he will soldier on. So with 14 minutes to go, we get things back underway after Zach Zandy's goal. Now something for San Antonio to think about defensively. Still a long way to go to get this 3 points on the road. Talking with Alan Marcina, he said there is no right time to get things back on track. It's really just that next game as Melvin has to come out. And this deflecting out of play for a goal kick. Dangerous back pass. And this one intercepted in the middle. I think quickly won back. Galena. Haji Berry. And pulled back, now gets this out wide.
See the difference you get with Zach Zandy? They're just different players, he and Torres, but Torres would hold suit in there, right? He would allow the play to continue to build through him and try and find the feet of Berry as Berry would drop in and play off of each other. Galena and Beckford would hold the responsibility of then stepping up top. You don't get that anymore. You don't lose anything in terms of the combination play out of the midfield either, because you still have Echeverria and Mayaka, both two really good options to play with underneath. So as Berry comes back through, Zandy says thank you very much. We've already seen the rotation problems on the back line in that little half space between your two holding midfielders for San Antonio and the two center backs as well. You can operate in there, and then of course on the goal, you go with pace. Zach Zandy can run with the best of them, just like the boys up top. And yet with all of that, you still have width. You can still move back to the outside if those options break down.
Echeverria plays this out wide, 12 minutes to go. Galena in towards the corner. Low cross in, dealt with by Doyle. Beckford muscles his way through. DeShane, Beckford saved! Mahoney over the bar! Won't get a better chance than that to find the equalizer. And San Antonio breathes a sigh of relief.
I don't even know how he gets a touch on the first one, Josh. Individual effort by Beckford. Friendly bounce, and then as he lets this one go, it's a really good first touch by Matt Mahoney. That's the most difficult part here. As it jumps out in front of him, he's almost left with only one option, going with laces. Not sure he had enough time in recovery to recompose himself and get his instep on it. It's a difficult ask. Well taken first time, but the second touch just couldn't complete it off.
Another whistle in the middle. So is this the point, if you're Alan Marcina, where you really start to get defensive? because Colorado Springs is knocking on the door consistently.
Good news for him is that he has no other option on the bench. That's the other thing. Remember, you only have one window left, too.
Correct. He's made 3 subs thus far. 2 more field players and then a goalkeeper. 10 minutes to go. Looks like San Antonio getting ready to make maybe one more sub. So now go back to Colorado Springs. Dylan pleading his case to today's referee, Mark Allerton. Looks like Leo Torres will be the one to come on. It'll be Jose Gallegos, one teenager in for another. Torres, who signed a contract in 2019 at just 15 years old, making his 3rd appearance this season. He's only played 20 minutes total. Now gets thrown into the fire in a crucial match for San Antonio to get their season back on track. Remember, they're winless in their last 7 games.
Yeah, at one point in time, that was the youngest signing in USL Championship history, overtaken by Orange County's Francis Jacobs in the latter portion of 2019. Still got a long way to go for Leo Torres, who has been training with the first team for quite some time. That's the path for these guys here, though, Josh. You know, that developmental path for San Antonio, and they're really well recognized and received academy nationwide. Just saw a couple of their boys doing battle at MLS Next, the Youth Academy. Well done for them. ECNL. Seems like every which way they turn, national championship or not, seems to follow the program.
Here comes the shot. It's blocked down. To your point on that, it was great to talk to Nick Evans ahead of that MLS is Next, and we'll get to that here in a moment. As San Antonio on the attack again. Opio, and now Cuello. We'll slow things down. Well, Nick Evans, we asked him, why is this academy path such a big deal for this San Antonio side? And he says, you gotta wanna be something, and that's what they are. That is their identity, and they have really bought into that. Close to 11 players played in those 2 friendlies against Liga MX opposition through the academy. And they really build from the ground up, and they have since 2016.
Part of the expansion, you know, I mentioned MLS Next, but of course the USL Academy, their league, and what they've done recently with their tournament. Great things coming out of the opportunity to pick the brain out of the likes of Liam O'Connell, Senior Director of Youth Development for them, and just talked about opening it up. And look, agree or disagree with the structures around the United States, there needs to be more of it. More opportunity, more players, more eyes on the talent that is around this country. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. San Antonio FC has been preaching it for quite some time. Now other clubs starting to follow suit. Ask Brendan Burke about that, right?
Yeah.
What does this look like for you at the next level? And he said, you know, we're making steps there. That's part of the process that is this venture, where you gain the identity, you gain the players. Obviously, they've got great ownership group, the new stadium to boot. Now pull it all together.
Maybe another chance here for San Antonio, but Melvin sliding out, got that one just right. Dylan was making the run in behind. And another sub coming on for Colorado Springs. Darren Yappy, a 16-year-old loanee from the Colorado Rapids, will come in for Jordan Burt. Yappy's 4th appearance on the season. Being overrun by teenagers now.
They're going to shift that back line again with Mahoney, Knockford, and Edwards trying to produce more numbers on the attacking front for Colorado Springs with the addition of Darren Yappy. There's a foul, a rough one at that.
It's Torres who hits the turf. San Antonio, I'm sure, will just take their time to put this back in play. Here comes the free kick. Melvin, big collision as he punches this away. He was fouled in the process. Five minutes to go. Switchbacks chasing that equalizer. What an entertaining game this has been thus far. We'll see if we're in for an equally as entertaining finish. Here comes the cross. Liedl just nods this away, only as far as Beckford, who sends this in, and it's right at Cardoni, who now hits the turf. Colorado Springs with 16 shots in this game, 7 have found the frame of goal. San Antonio 13 and 6 on target. Flag goes up. Offside the call, maybe a bit delayed.
These are astronomical numbers, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
I mentioned Colorado Springs being one of the most efficient teams coming in. They were at 18% overall within the league. No champion in the modern era for the USL Championship has produced anything less than 17%. It was Louisville City a couple years ago. Everybody else has been that or higher en route to the title. And for a team in San Antonio FC that has struggled in the final third themselves, I mentioned they produce a lot of opportunities. It doesn't necessarily mean that they translate to goals 10% coming in. Alan Marcina talked to us about that. He just said, listen, we just got to keep plugging. We're not about individuals. We kept asking about that, and he said, look, injuries, rotation, whatever it may be, we've got to be better. We know that. They've certainly done so today. I'm sure with the numbers that he's going to see at the end of this, he would have liked more. Questionable penalty for sure off the challenge on Sean Melvin. He definitely got ball. It's not a pen.
Torres puts this in. Long switch of play. Beckford sidesteps Liedl. Beckford just wide. Was going for glory there in the top corner.
Both sides of the ball, both teams got to question some of the decision making here. Once again, all the hard work done by Beckford. What a massive ask. Yeah, he gets a touch off this for sure, but why not just touch it back here? Haji Berry's alone with 8 yards to go.
The corner kick. Mahoney was up for it. Torres tries to clear this away. It is kept in here by Colorado Springs. Mayaka curling this in. And Lindley will clear this to midfield. Final minute of regular time before we find out how much stoppage time we have here from Widener Field. Galena charging forward. Galena cuts it back. It's kept in here. Here comes the cross. Echeverria headed back towards goal. It's out for a corner kick.
Don't let him organize. Play quick here. Everybody up. Quit arguing. Ref's not going to call it. You've already seen that. Hear the shots from the sideline.
6 minutes of stoppage time. Here comes the corner. Still plenty of time left for Colorado Springs to find that equalizer. Player down here for San Antonio will send it back the other way.
Now, the one argument for that is 6 minutes. You heard from the sideline, should be 10. The other technical area said should be 5. Cam Lindley gets his legs caught up underneath him here. He falls really awkwardly. There's not a lot of physical challenge on him, but the way he goes to ground sort of overextends his lower body, caught up in the turf.
San Antonio's been through it so far today. Already losing Kamiri, who left, potentially due to injury. Duplan was in the starting 11, scratched late. And now Cardoni is given a yellow card for time wasting. Remember, San Antonio will be on ESPN2 on Wednesday night when they welcome in New Mexico United. Another big Mountain Division matchup. Here's Nathan. Haven't called his name a whole lot in this second half, but he has 2 goals to his name today. His second might stand up as the winner. And now San Antonio will play chase. Now they look upfield to put this one away, and glancing just wide.
Pretty sure he just took offense to your comment.
There you go.
Haven't seen much of him today.
Yeah, second half. We've seen him plenty in the first half. Zandy, Beckford saved by Cardoni. Another big save from the San Antonio netminder. Corner kick.
He's continuing to ask for a higher tempo as we hit the conclusion of this match, and I can't blame him. Matt Cardoni, another ridiculous save. How about the one on the back post just prior from Beckford? This time, other side near post.
Here comes the corner. Glancing header to clear it away. Mayaka will retrieve. Space to work on the right. 1v1 opportunity. Zandy against Lemma. Gets the cross in. It's cleared away, but this will be a foul. It'll send it back to San Antonio. Crowd expressing their displeasure.
A little frustration by Brendan Burke. Can't necessarily say I blame him here, Josh, with the run by Matt Mahoney. Still trying to atone for his sins and that missed opportunity on the back post. Any time left here. 31 fouls, 6 yellow cards.
This game's had it all.
That's it? The way this match has gone, you kidding me? You didn't get one though, did you?
Here's Galena, pushed off the ball. Gleedle kicks this away and is into the book. About 100 seconds left. Falls kindly, Zandy to the end line. Gets pushed into the boards. And this will just be a goal kick.
Should be ashamed. San Antonio, ashamed.
Yappy, final minute. Cross blocked down and out of play. Colorado Springs going for it here at the end. Trying to find a result here at home. Crowd urging their switchbacks on. Here's Galena setting this in too close to Cardoni, who makes the catch. And that might be enough to see San Antonio to 3 points. Cardoni sends this high into the air, well above a mile high here in Colorado Springs. This will be another yellow card, one more for good measure.
Remember, Zandy's got his mask on as well. He just got rocked in the face.
That's Cuello. And that means one more chance for a set piece for Colorado Springs. Nice, we'll send the goalkeeper forward, right? Yep, here he comes. Mayaka stands over this. Last chance for the Switchbacks. Sent in, Cardoni off his line, makes the catch. And there's the final whistle. 3 goals, 3 points, and more importantly, San Antonio FC snaps its 7-game winless streak. Nathan with 2 goals on the day. But Matt Cardoni, what a game for him.
Wasn't beautiful by any means for San Antonio FC on the road, but they found a way to win. Gifted 1 penalty, converted in notorious fashion on both though. The opening goal as well. But Matt Cardoni was truly magnificent today, and for Colorado Springs Switchbacks, simple enough. Got to be better in the final third. Plenty of opportunities for them to work back into this match. Some clouded decision making, and at the end of the day, it's a heck of a victory for San Antonio on the road. Simple as that.
Sure is. Well, what a 90 minutes it was here from Colorado Springs. Back and forth we went. Plenty of shots, plenty of talking points. We'll come back and wrap things up. It finishes San Antonio 3, Colorado Springs 2. Back here to wrap things up from Colorado Springs. Celebrations are on for San Antonio FC. It's been quite some time since they won a game, all the way back to May 22nd, but they get it done in dramatic fashion here today. Back to wrap things up, I'm Josh Eastern with Devin Kerr. What a 90 minutes this was, and this is now how the Mountain Division looks, and what a race we have in our hands.
You can't sit here and tell me this isn't the best division in the USL Championship. Simple enough. Now, is it the best team coming out of here? I'm not necessarily going to say that, but top to bottom, 6 points separate first and sixth. How is that even possible? Mathematics, Josh, that's how. And you know that's why I'm not the one in charge of this.
That's your strong suit, right?
That's my strong suit for sure. But again, El Paso Locomotive, you can't bet against them. Since their opening year, Western Conference Finals back-to-back 19 and 20, losing both times, but I don't care. RGV, their turnaround, fantastically done. New Mexico United is on the bench. Colorado Springs is all or nothing. We've seen what you can get out of San Antonio, and Austin Bold, ever steady, the vanilla that just constantly grinding away.
Well, what a 90 minutes it was. San Antonio will be back on ESPN2. Mike Watts and Devin Kerr will be there for that one on Wednesday. For producer Sharni Yerke, director Gage Tillotson, Eric Valero, Hannah Reyes, broadcast partner Devin Kerr, and our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Colorado Springs. You've been watching the USL on ESPN.